This is the stage as a child grows multidimensionally. They develop a lot of interests, engage in several activities, and most of all love to play. Let us look at these aspects in detail. Play is the most important activity in the lives of children. Play is the work, the occupation of childhood. You will see children playing at home, school, church, outside in the yard, at the store, in their room, and in the park. Sometimes it seems to more important than eating and sleeping. Sometimes play is easy and fun. Sometimes play is trying hard to do something right. Play helps children grow and change in 4 ways: physically, mentally, socially, and emotionally. Play helps the children to grow stronger and healthy. It also helps kids to learn simultaneously. Play helps children to know about people. We can also analyze the types of play such as active physical play, dramatic imaginative play, creative expressive play, social play, and mental play. We would also analyze each and every type of play with its specific characteristics. Next comes the vitality of play for children and how parents and teachers also should support and encourage the correct way for children to develop this as a habit. According to Erik Erikson, this is the age to develop industry and competence. Competence leads to confidence. If a child is not encouraged to do things, he develops an inferiority complex. So, an activity of children needs to be encouraged. Simultaneously, we can have a look at the way children should be appreciated to exhibit their talent and interest towards their extracurricular activities. Why is play important? Play helps children grow and change in 4 ways: physically, mentally, socially, and emotionally. Number 1. It helps children grow strong and healthy. While playing, children build and strengthen their muscles, burn energy which makes them tired and hungry. They sleep and eat better. Physical play improves strength, endurance, and balanced body coordination improves. Number 2. Children learn during play. They learn what words mean, like stop or go. Play with sand and buckets help children learn what full or empty means. They learn to collect and use information. They learn about time. They discover how things feel and taste. Children learn about art, science, math, music, nature, animals, and people when they play. Number 3. It helps children to learn about people. While playing, children start to understand themselves and others. They learn to take turns and share, act out their feelings, listen and talk to playmates, and follow rules. They try leading and following. They will know what they like and what they don't like. During play, they can pretend what it is like to be someone else, like a firefighter, doctor, mother, teacher, or baby or grandfather. Number 4. Play helps children learn to feel good about themselves. Even when play is hard, children are excited when they discover that they can control their bodies and actions. I did it means I feel good about me. It offers children success experiences. Number 5. It is practice for being grown up. Children at play learn to pay attention and to stick with a job. They learn to follow directions. They learn to face problems and solve them. Play helps them to learn what is right and wrong. They learn to be honest and not to cheat. It develops imagination. All these skills will be important when children become grown-ups. Kinds of play. Did you ever think about all the different ways children play? You could make a long list, but it is easier to remember if we put them into groups. Number 1. Active physical play. Children are active. They will swing, roll, spin, run and race. Children need lots of space for playing. Children enjoy dancing. Children at this age are enthusiastic about team games and sports, especially if they win. Number 3. Dramatic imaginative play. Children act out their wishes. I wish I were a princess. Let's pretend we are going to the moon. I will be a firefighter. Children can pretend they are anything, a person, animal, car or even a banana. Children act out stories or make their own stories. Number 4. Creative expressive play. Children love to create new things, pictures, design and new ways to do things. They paint, cut, draw, build, twist and write. They sing, hum, whistle or beat drums. Number 5. Social play. Social play is an interaction between children. Group games, races, talking to each other on toy telephones, and playing house or social activities. Their feelings also are more intense. What their friends think of them is important. Number 6. Mental play. Mental play is related to exploring and discovering. Words, numbers, touching, tasting and seeing are part of mental play. Children count and read. They start collections. Butterflies, stamps, insects and coins and learn to classify them. It is fun to find a new thing to add to a collection. Children tell jokes and riddles. Card games are fun and provide chances to learn rules and develop more complex thinking skills. Children use their mind to remember what cards have been played and plan how to win a card game. It is a good age to introduce chess and checkers. It helps thinking and planning. Play is very important for healthy development. Number 1. Play and mental development. Games and play should be hard enough to challenge a child, yet easy enough to prevent failure and long-term frustration. Children become bored with toys and games that are too easy. The challenge of making something work, figuring out problems like where a puzzle piece goes, and building or rearranging something help children grow. Simply watching others to do things or watching a mechanical toy does not provide the child with creative enjoyment. The real fun of playing comes from doing things. Children's creative imagination is used when they make things from materials on hand. Children like to think hard about what they are doing and try out their own ideas. They do a lot of experimenting when they play. They discover for themselves that dirt tastes terrible. Some toys are heavier than others. A ball bounces and both float. They also learn that something will hurt them. They learn how sharing works. Play helps mind and bodies work together to finish a task. Number 2. Play and social development. Play develops cooperation. Children plan and tell each other what to do. Speaking and listening skills develop. They do initiate and respond when others initiate. They pretend to play house, be a mother and father, and try out relationships. They structure their play with rules and time limits. All those playing together are expected to play fair. They choose upsides and form teams. They take turns. At this age, children are probably choosing their own playthings and playmates. A lot of children this age enjoy with small pets, but they need help in training and caring for them. Number 3. Play and emotional development. Play helps children feel good as they learn to control their actions and bodies. They are happy when they learn to enjoy the beauty of colors, the rhythm of a melody, or the action of games. Playing with dolls, stuffed animals or carpenter tools also may help them express anger or hurt. They often work out their feelings in play. Children act out their hopes and fears in creative play. How can teachers or elders be of help? Watch and listen. Before you begin to play with children, there is one important thing you need to remember. When they play, you are learning too. Observe how they use past experiences in today's play. Watch how they interact in a group. See their joys and sorrows. Learn what they think is important. Study how they think and plan. Figure out their skills and potentialities. Be informed. Study and read about child development. Provide the right toys and activities. Know what to expect. Know what to might happen and what to do. For example, learn how to respond to a children's wrong answer or to losing a game. Be a good example. Children will imitate many things to do. Enjoy play and have fun. Play fair. Be enthusiastic and kind. Show how to share and take turns. Make sure play is safe. Provide sufficient space. Check toys and creative material for safety. Watch for angry, destructive behavior and be prepared to stop unsafe play. Be ready to meet different needs. If children are ready for group play, see that some age friends are available. Provide chances for indoor and outdoor play. Provide materials for active and quiet play. Move to the child's level when playing. Be a follower. It's good to encourage children to choose the kind of play. Ask only once if they want to play something. Do not rush or insist. Be creative. Provide creative materials. Encourage make-believe. Try to do things in new and different ways. Let's boys play with dolls and girls play with trucks. Encourage gender neutrality. Be prepared. Create a file of play activities. Review it. Update it periodically. Prepare posters showing how to make play safe, how to handle different material. Store material well and have them handy. Remember, number 1, affection from you is equal to security for the child. Number 2, respect from you is equal to self-respect for the child. Number 3, approval from you is equal to strong self-concept for the child. Activity. According to Erik Erikson, this is the age to develop industry and competence. Competence leads to confidence. If a child is not encouraged to do things, he develops an inferiority complex. There are several activities that a child of this age group needs to be encouraged to do. Let us look at some of them. Number 1, implements routines. Routines give stability. They also help children to get a positive attitude to less interesting and repetitive things. It is unrealistic to expect creative engagement and excitement all life through. Number 2, cleaning up. The child must be encouraged to clean up his surroundings. Clean up after a craft session or after playing an indoor game. Activities of sweeping, mopping and dusting are important skills to develop at this age. Number 3, exercise. Exercise is important. Exercise can be simple. The goal is to get them moving and working with their limbs. Number 4, cycling. Children of this age love cycling. They enjoy the feel of control and mobility. Number 5, leadership activities. Every child should be given tasks to take turns to be a leader and to be a follower. Every child must be given a chance to organize games or an event or activity. Children should be a coordinator and be a participant in turns. These activities help in developing team skills. Number 6, make a meal. Children of this age love to cook and work messing about in the kitchen. Involve children in preparing a simple recipe so that they learn about nutrition. This will also help children to love and enjoy their food. Number 7. Peer activities. Working in different teams with peers help to develop a strong understanding of right and wrong and help them learn to make a difficult decision about others. Strong friendships develop. Also, on the other side, tolerance towards others who are not part of the friend circle develops as children learn to work in different teams. This also teaches children to be accountable for their actions. Number 8. Making greeting cards. This is not only fosters creativity, it also develops emotional bonds and a caring attitude. Children may be encouraged to make not to use bought out ones for friends or family members' birthdays. To make thank you cards, get well card and card for special occasions. This could also be a team activity with children with language and poetic skills doing the slogan writing, children with good handwriting writing it, and children with artistic talent making the cards. Number 9. Being a reporter. This is an interesting activity. This is an activity to create a list of questions to ask someone or about an event. This activity helps kids with conversation, social interaction and expressional skill. Number 10. Using puppets. Children love puppets. They may be encouraged to make and use them to communicate in a healthy way and develop relationship based on trust. Number 11. Action games. Improve social interaction and communication skills by learning about verbal and nonverbal cues. Number 12. Reading. This perhaps is the most important activity to foster at this stage. Children at this age need guidance in choosing books, but they also exhibit preferences. This is the right time to foster a love for books, a thirst for knowledge and pride in having and sharing information. Children at this stage are naturally interested in everything. When one is interested in something, he becomes more attentive and alert. This leads to a higher level of absorption. It is natural to pursue what one is doing out of love for that activity and interest in it rather than out of force. Hence, it is very important to get children interested in the various activities or subjects. Children are naturally curious and learn activity exploring their environment. Learning environments in which students actively interact create situational interest. This eventually develops as individual interest in the subject. Therefore, introductory exposure to a variety of subjects is very important in developing the child's interest. These include developing an interest in academic subjects, sports, arts and crafts, music, dance, drama and social concerns. The transition from situational to individual interest can occur only if both feeling related experiences and cognitively represented factors are experienced together and positively. Just feeling good and enjoying will be temporary and not to translate into a more lasting interest. In experiential learning, both the experiences part and the learning part are very important. Interest in academic subjects. Research on playfulness and creativity suggests that there is a connection between having a positive early experiences with science and the development of interest in science. This is true of all academic subjects. Playful engagement with a subject in childhood and youth influences interest in that subject. Curiosity is innate in children. Becoming interested in a particular subject is a process that often begins in childhood play. Unfortunately, as children pass through a schooling, their natural desires to inquire is gradually diminished. largely because of teacher-centered instructional practices in schools. However, childhood interests often influence adulthood interests. Biographical anecdotes of Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin, and other eminent scientists suggest that rich and playful early childhood experiences with science had an impact on their careers and interest in science. Their interests were playing with physical gadgets, playing with mechanical construction sets, working with electricity, and enjoying experiments that included messing around. Most children have the same interest at this age. Fun and freedom to choose are basic human needs. Hence, students in classroom where there is fun and interaction along with a demand for learning content develop more interest in that subject. Activities which lead to growth and discovery must be incorporated into instructional practices in school. Children need to have the opportunity to wonder, explore, discover and acquire relevant information in order to develop interest in any subject. Interest in general knowledge. Being interested in everything and being aware of the state of art in many areas is a mark of adult success. This has its beginning in primary school. Children who are encouraged to learn and acquire information about many things and who are not restricted to the contents of their textbooks grow up to be versatile individuals. Interest in sports. Being playful is not the same as participating in sporting activities. It is during primary school that play matures into sports. Not all children will or can become sportsmen. There will be a few who grow up to be sportsmen and take sports as their career. Sports talent gets identified at this stage and groomed thereafter. Some children may love sports but may not have the necessary talent or opportunity to make it their careers. They may, however, indulge activity in sports activity during their student days but may not take it up as a career. Others may not even grow up to be a part of the school or college sports teams, but nevertheless must develop a healthy interest in sports. If interest in sports is not developed at this stage, they may not get interested later and hence is miss out on a valid adult leisure activity as sports spectators. Interest in theoretical arts. Every child must be introduced to music, dance, drama and other cultural activities. As in sports, this may grow into a career or maybe a hobby. Instinctively, children take to music. Every child indulges and make-believe acts. This fosters creativity. Music is an essential part of civilized society and children must be taught to appreciate and enjoy its nuances. If not, they will be denied another valid adult activity. Interests in art and crafts. The same goes for arts and crafts as for theoretical arts and sports. In addition to a creativity, kinesthetic talent get identified and prompted. Interest in social concern. Man is a social animal. The word extends beyond the confines of the immediate neighborhood. In the present times, as technology expands, the word shrinks. Hence, what happens in a part of the world has an impact on other part of the world. Children therefore must be introduced to the bigger outer world. The television, newspapers and adult conversations all give input to children. If these inputs are not set in the right perspective, they may turn out to be harmful. The child may develop wrong ideas about the world. Empathy, tolerance and leadership qualities develop as interest in social concerns develop. Children should be taught to be actively concerned with what happens in their school, immediate neighborhood and the society at large. If this is not consciously developed through adult interventions, two negative results come about. One, the child turns out to be an insensitive, self-centered adult to whom nothing else and nobody else matters other than himself. He develops social apathy. 2. He may become a social deviant, developing a wrong and negative ideas about what he gets to learn from the media and other sources. Interest in hobbies. Every child must be encouraged to develop a hobby. Hobby is something one loves to do and that which has no other motive or reason other than just enjoying it. Any of the above, sports, theoretical arts, music, arts and craft and social activities all may be developed as a hobby. As the child is exposed to all activities, he may choose one or more as his hobby. Apart from these, collecting is a cherished hobby. Children may collect anything: stamps, coins, butterflies, dry flowers, photographs, pictures, music album, just anything. Often in busy adult life, one has no time to pursue a cherished hobby of younger days. But as one grows older, one turns back to his cherished hobby. Also, in times of stress and tensions, it is one's hobby that one turns to for relaxation and rejuvenation. But if one has developed none, there will be nothing to do turn back. Interest developed at this stage often influences adult choice. Choices not only in terms of careers, but also in terms of leisure activities. Hence, a wide exposure that promotes interest in all types of subjects and activities throws open more and better choices for the child as grows into adulthood. Conclusion. We learnt about the different stages of a child and growth of a child multidimensionally. We have also gone through the interest as well as kids' engagement in several activities of a child. The way a kid involves in play activities and the impact of changes, that is physically, socially, mentally and emotionally, were also analyzed. Different kinds of active physical play: dramatic play, imaginative play, creative expressive play, social play and mental play, and the way it is vital of the healthy development of a child were also analyzed. Children also need that support of parents and teacher as they are very active in this stage. We also took a lesson that to keep the curiosity of children in the same level, they should be involved in various activities in a playful manner. Sports, arts and crafts or theoretical arts could be a career start for a few, hobby for some and a valid leisure activity for all. Empathy, tolerance and leadership qualities should be taught in a playful manner. Interest developed at this stage often influences adult choice in terms of leisure activity and lifestyles. Hence, we can come to a conclusion that a wide exposure that promotes interest in all types of subject and activity throws open more and better choices for the child as grows into adulthood. Thank you.